this team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I've come this way before, traveled through the open door, circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely sometimes, you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. No. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a paper, no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games to play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. It's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. This fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. But much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it tonight. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICs. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition, I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give insight to the way. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a paper, no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Can't get play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a lie. Telling you what you do, it's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. I'm gonna share all that I have and give to those in need.
What's up, DB? JP, but we gonna call him JQ. What up? What up? He who greets with fire. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Hey, what's up, EJ? Love is the word. What's up? What's up? Excuse me. Love is the word. What's up, Eric Gomes? Big is Big Lloyd in the house. What's up, Corey Yellowman Jackson in the house? Jeff Smith, Hotep. What's up? What's up, Robert? Aaron, Gwen. What's up? What's up? 24 Jeezy. Welcome back. KJ, what it do? What up, Jay Cooley? Gangster Fred. What was that? 2003, the last time I was gangster? Hey, it was something in here yesterday because water's not coming to my You know what I'm saying? Water's not coming to my eyes. So I guess it was something in here yesterday, man. I appreciate you. Texas building. What's good, man? What's good, man? So we got a lot to cover, man. Berto should be here any moment now. And we'll just rock and roll from there. But the Lakers are winning, right? The Lakers still winning. And the Clippers are at halftime. So LA is on pins and needles right now. Hey, I remember when someone said yesterday, Luka Doncic, is that his name? Luka Doncic isn't good. Shit. He can go, man. He a baller, man. He just don't do it at the tempo that, I mean, that an Allen Iverson does it or whoever else you want to, but man, that kid can go, man. Luka's a bad boy, man. Luka is a bad boy. And you know what? So is Kawhi Leonard. Hopefully the Clippers pull this out, man. I would love a Lakers and Clippers series. I don't know if that's in the conference finals or it would be in the next round. I'm uncertain of that, but the LA in me would definitely want to see that series. So I want Luka to get all the points he wants, but fall short. How about that? I don't really give a fuck, to be honest with y'all, man. But welcome to the show, y'all. Welcome to the show. So, and you know what else I wanted to talk about too? I didn't get a chance to talk about it the other day with DB, man. He said LeBron James didn't need to be suspended. I'm curious what y'all thought about that. Did LeBron James, when Kawhi Leonard brought that up about LeBron James being suspended, and I'm not a diehard Laker fan, but I do enjoy the joy that they bring to Los Angeles. I'm really a Knicks fan, so I mean I know it doesn't affect them, but I mean the Knicks got a chance to get to the finals now. Knicks got a chance, and shit, I would like to play Utah. If the Knicks go to the finals, I want to play. Who's the weakest team? I want to play Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I want to play Memphis. If LeBron was playing in the East and he was playing against the Knicks, I would have been highly upset. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, he deserved to be suspended. You know what I mean? But it don't directly affect me. So I totally forgot to talk about it. And another thing, what happened yesterday, I totally forgot. And Hustler's Home and Aeon Jack. I remember watching that video. And then today it hit me. Today it hit me at about, Bert in the building. Let me get him in. We'll talk about that in a second, man. What up,
AB? Hold on now, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
I'm trying to set this thing up to the side so I can see my guy.
What's up, dog?
Man, been a minute, brother.
It's been a minute, man. It's totally great to have you in here, man.
Definitely.
I thought you were in LA, so I appreciate you coming out at the midnight hour, man. Burning that midnight hour. I know you got some curtain snatchers. You got a beautiful family, so I know you out there. Appreciate you making a sacrifice.
No problem, boss. No problem. Now, yeah, I'm out here in Florida right now, man. I had my little brother, my little big brother. He was graduating. He graduated high school yesterday. So me and the rest of the family flew out. Made sure he was good.
Yeah, congratulations. Are you done picking on him there? Are the jokes?
No, man, they gotta keep going, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Whenever I see your mom is in town, I'll be like, I'm going to Bert's story because I know he about to clown his brother on the pancakes or whatever y'all.
They already know, man. Everybody know when I get to the house, it's on. When I see him, he gets nervous. My mom is like, every time you come in town, he just gets nervous because he knows the time it is.
Yeah, before we jump into what's everything going on in boxing,
yeah.
Are you getting back in the ring?
Man, yeah. I mean, a lot of people been asking me, brother. A lot of people been asking me, man. I got a lot of great things going on right now, outside the boxing ring. So, definitely the COVID situation, it stopped a lot of things. I was supposed to be hopping in March, soon as COVID happened. Mm-hmm. So it kind of put a stop to everything. So it just gave me a little bit more time to chill. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we I've been on the horn with Al. Al been hitting me up, and we're gonna see what's the best situation, or maybe you might not see. I mean, it just depends. But just the fact, man. However it goes, we jump back in there. I'm definitely gonna try to make it one of the best runs I've ever had to finish it off. But if not, man, I mean, the boxing game was great to me. But But we're gonna see though. We're gonna see. We got
Who
some
would you
things
want?
in works.
Who would you want? And was there any truth to Keith Thurman?
Man, you know what? I've been hearing about that, man. And that's the thing about it. Like even when I'm not, like really in the mix of what's going on, bro. Like they're making all these so-called matches, without me knowing, what's going on. I guess these are just like possible, names, things like that. But no, I never heard of a Keith Thurman. Like when me and Al speak, it's about other situations, and Keith Thurman name never came up. So I don't know where they get that from.
And you've done some great things outside of the sport of boxing. You want stocks and bonds and crypto, and you got Harvest. Talk about that, because you said a quote and I actually wrote it down. You said, make sure the young Berto, or you said young fighter, can take care of the old fighter. And feel free to elaborate on that.
Yeah, man, I think right now, it's oh man, hold on. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, but I can't see you.
Hold on, I got you. Okay, I got you. My fault on that.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like, just myself. I believe it's like a responsibility of mine now. This is me, 15, 16 years now in the pro game. Mm-hmm. I think it's like a real responsibility for myself to really, give game to these young guys. Because I was one of them kids. Yeah, I came from the hood. I was into all types of craziness. I was, ripping and running. I did a lot of the parties. I did this and did that. But just, it's just like in the back of my head, I always stayed pretty business savvy. Mm-hmm. Always tucked away. I always made sure, from these like early fight purses, I stashed a lot of my 401ks. I stashed a lot here. I stashed a lot there. And then I had fun, like a lot of the rest after I paid my taxes. So, a lot of people see, a lot of people see me ripping and running at a young age and having a blast. I was very conscious on, just like on my foundation, on just making sure I didn't get back to where I came from. I always learned how to change the narrative and just make sure that my family's lives were going to be changed, forever. And I knew it started with me. You know what I mean? So without a lot of people knowing, man, I was very, very much like, very dialed into the business aspect of it, even at a very, very young age. So of course, now I believe it's like my responsibility now, just creeping up at the end of my career, really give game to a lot of these young guys. Because a lot of these young guys, they still call me all the time. They definitely look up to me, and they still see how I'm doing it 15, 16 years later, and they admire it. And I think it's important for me just to let it out there, man. Let them really speak to them and really try to give them the game.
Yeah. And Al Haymon's been a constant. He's the only one you've been signed to, right? Your whole career?
Yeah.
Can you talk about our relationship and the dynamics? How that?
Yeah, with Al, man. Of course, like I was Al's first young fighter. I was his first kid out of the amateurs to pros. You know what I mean? So I got a chance to really, nourish that relationship over a couple. Just over the 15 years. And a lot of people don't know, man. When Al tried to get at me, it was after my first pro fight. I fought on Jermaine Taylor's undercard, and I was just signed to Lou DiBella, and this crazy guy Sam Watson ran down on me. Hey man, he just talking. I'm like, who was this guy? What? Talking too fast for me. I go back in my dressing room. He followed me to my dressing room. Al Haymon, I say, who is Al Haymon? What are you talking about? And I still remember when I flew back home, I got a phone call on my cell phone from Al Haymon. I don't know how he got my number. He spoke. He told me what he wanted to do for me. We had that type of, a lot of great conversations. But in my mind at the time, I didn't want a manager because, like I said, I tried to be strong, just like business-wise, to a fact I didn't want anybody else taking any of my at the time. So I just felt like I had the talent to just dominate, and all I needed, just was a great promoter, and I had HBO at the time too. So, So a lot of people don't know, man. I spoke to Al on the phone for a year before I signed with him.
Really?
A whole year, man. We spoke every day for a year. We spoke boxing. We spoke life. We spoke just a lot of different things, man. And he really just taught me the game. He really, really, really taught me the game as a young kid, and just really opening my eyes up to the business aspect of it, and letting me know things that were going to happen, and just really just nourishing me as a young kid. Just business wise to the game that a lot of people just didn't know. And then after that year, I said, that's my guy now. I believe him. I trust him, and let's go. And everything he promised, he did, and I knew he had the ability to do it. Because of all of our other previous conversations and things that were happening, before everybody else knew, pretty much. So yeah.
And the co-host said, DB, what's up?
What's up, Frederick? How you feeling? What up, AB? The original AB. What's going on, bro?
Rich. What up, though?
What's going on? Hey, listen, speaking of the great Al Haymon, how awesome is it to work with Al Haymon? And do you think that he's as effective as the other promoters and managers and advisors with his stance on basically being a silent partner for the other fighters?
But Al's just a different type of beast, man. He is, he's one of those guys that don't have to, they don't have to say much. They just move by action. That's just how he is. And I think after a while, just us as fighters, we just learn to respect it, because everything that he says, he doesn't have to be very elaborate. He doesn't have to go on TV, Instagram. He doesn't have to do social media. But you really see the power that he has, because when he speaks it, things move that way. And it gets to a point that, after a while, he doesn't really have to speak. But when you see him, you see the move. You see the room move a certain type of way, just because of he's there, and because of that respect. You know what I mean? He just makes shit happen. Other promoters, of course, they're great, but I think when it comes to Al, everything else that he had, just going on, and he still has now, has definitely benefited, him to a whole nother level, outside of just being a regular boxing promoter. Just the fact that he is the most accomplished, a concert promoter. He's also, just worked in a lot of, a lot of his great friends work for the big, just TV production, companies as well. So he has so much other leverage in so many other areas, and not just boxing. You know what I mean? So he's able to expand his reach a lot more, and just make these guys happy, man.
That's great, man. A lot of people are just infatuated with seeing Al Haymon's face. I think they just want to have something to criticize. You know what I mean? They want to see his face. They want to hear his voice.
Yeah.
What's some weird infatuation that these grown men that watch boxing have with Al Haymon?
It's
but
crazy.
I will ask a question for the people who are interested. What is his personality like?
Al is great guy, man. And I think a lot of people would be surprised if they were to sit down and have a conversation with him, or just the public will be able to, see it. Just see him sit down and have just like an interview with him. Really great guy, very humble guy. And just like I said, man, he doesn't have to do much, but he makes shit happen. But of course, I can't spill everything, because as y'all know, Al's a very private person, man. And I've just been, one of the guys that probably within this boxing circle, probably, besides Floyd, of course, that are probably like the closest to him. And, we try to make sure to protect, a lot of the inside things that we do know about him in these conversations, or even, just personal things that he pretty much just gives us on a regular basis. Just to make sure we protect it as well. So, like I'm going to say, he's a great guy. Amazing.
And they have a card coming up with Jamal Charlo on Juneteenth. And Juneteenth is supposed to be a pretty significant day for people of the melanated people, our community. Yes, why don't you think more black fighters are clamoring to fight on this Juneteenth fight day?
I mean, of course, it's a historic day. It's a historic day, just like Mexicans, they have Cinco de Mayo. So I think that when it comes to us, we definitely want to try to have a day to represent. I mean, just us as, just us as Black people, and just hopefully, moving forward, it can be a very monumental day, like a lot of other coaches. They have their dates that really take off for them. Maybe this can be our day that we can really, just draw a lot of public to watch us fight and come out to support as well.
Yeah, but why are the fighters just not, because the card that they have lined up?
Yeah.
Charlo is the main event, but there's, I believe, Fred, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think 7 out of the 8 fights that's on the card are with Latino or
Really?
Black fighters.
Okay, yeah, I don't even know what the card looks like. I know Charlo and them are fighting, but I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I mean, it'll definitely been great if it was a full melanated card. But but at the same time, I think they're fighting in Texas, so they have they got a very big Hispanic community out that way. So at the same time, they gotta think business wise as well.
So we ask all the PBC fighters that come in here. So for clarification, how do fights get made on PBC? Like, because obviously he represents so many fighters.
Yeah.
How does that happen? If you can elaborate.
Yeah, he cold, bro. He's he's cold if you think about it, to be honest, man. I mean, like back in the day, it was a lot of, fighters with this promoter fight, this fighter, this promoter, but Al just man, he really gives a lot of these fighters an understanding of the hub that he's built. And to let them understand how important and how lucrative just being able to compete within our bubble, and just to be able to make it prestigious enough that nothing outside of our bubble really even matters. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he has done something and created something that he wants to continue to elevate this PBC world and to eventually let all the other fighters and all these other in these other camps or on these other sides of the street really see that if they want to fight real competition, they have to go over that way. If they want that real the real honor and the real prestige of being a world champion, they have to go over that way as well. But I mean, we have all the competition over that way as well too. So I think it's a great strategy that he put together, and it's been working fine for him.
Real quick, Money in the Ghetto wants AB versus AB in the fall.
And you know what? I get that so much. It's crazy. I get that so much. It's crazy, man. I mean, like I said, I don't know. We'll see. Of course, AB the homie. He calls me on the regular, and we I always try to check up on him, make sure he ain't doing nothing else crazy. But we'll see. I mean, at this point, it's business.
Right.
Fred, let me go back and let me read that again, because there's a significant portion of that super chat that we missed from my brother, from my California brother. He said, "Can we get AB versus AB this fall? #1804."
I'm a Haitian guy. Okay.
And I do want to ask you this, because in combat sports, period, I think over the last, I don't know, maybe say 3 decades or so, there's been a lot of success from Haitian pugilists and other sports too, and the same thing with Nigerians. But what's so special about Haitian people?
Man, we different, bro. we different, man. I mean, people, if they understand the history, of Haiti, they would be able to answer that question for you. Just being just like your man put in the hashtag 1804, us being the first Black republic, the first Black free nation in the world. When you're talking about, a world that were full of slaves all through like the U.S. and the Caribbean and like South America and these type of things and yeah, at the time, the French, they took over Haiti, but you get a chance to see some of the strongest slaves that you've ever seen in the Haitian region to defeat the Napoleon Army, which was one of the strongest armies in the world at the time, to defeat them and become independent. So even think about it at that time, slaves everywhere. That's just what they knew. And just even think about a small island in the Caribbean that's ringing bells of people saying that they were free slaves on this island, like free slaves back then. That sounded crazy. But in like for Haiti in 1804, man, we were able to make it happen, and we were able to put ourselves in like position to help a lot of other countries become free as well. Dominican Republics, the Jamaicas, the Argentinians, whatever the case may be. So, but of course, years later, the Napoleon Army ended up coming back with a bigger army, and they ended up just taking over the situation again. And I tell people all the time, that's them. I mean, when they think about Haiti, when they see Haiti is in the condition that it's in. I mean, every time I go there, I still see that it looks like that's the slap on the wrist for what they did, way back when. And a lot of people don't know as well. I mean, from France, when they revolted, they became free. All those years that they were free, when France came back and took over, wasn't Haiti, the government, they had to pay back reparations for all those years that they weren't enslaved. So you're talking about like trillions of dollars that they had to pay back to France, because of that. And of course, it's not fair. It's a lot of bullshit, but I believe the debt recently even just got paid. So, Haiti has been in a tough position ever since that situation. It's been going through it for a while.
You actually, I remember about 5, 6, 7 years ago with Eric Garner, you brought some t-shirts to a weigh-in. I remember that.
Yeah.
What happened with that? Because they wouldn't allow you to give out the shirt to son. What happened there?
I don't know, man.
I thought it was a great gesture.
Yeah, man. It was I don't know, man. I've always been I've always been pretty, just pretty powerful with with like statements, whatever the case may be. If I felt a certain type of way about something, I made it be known, and they tried to stop it. You know what it was? It was I think it was that I think it was the I Can't Breathe shirts.
Yeah, I Can't Breathe, exactly.
I Can't Breathe shirts at the time when they had the situation with the I Can't Breathe situations. I had I kind of formed a big conference with all the fighters, and I gave out shirts all through that fight weekend. I wanted guys to wear it, represent it, and some of the guys, they even wore it in the ring that night, but they gave me a lot of kickback, boy. They were grabbing those shirts, throwing them away. They were trying to get rid of all that shit, but man, we got to be heard.
Right. What's the solution? I know you doing the best you can, and I think giving out information is a great gesture that you're doing. But what's some other tangible solutions that we can do in today's America?
When it comes to just us, as Americans, period. I think, man, it's tough, bro. It's tough because we're in positions that, especially I'm gonna speak about, a lot of like African Americans or just Black people, period.
Sure.
Like we're in these positions that that we get that slap on the wrist if we yell too loud. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these big, like influential guys, like athletes, actors, artists, whatever the case may be, they can speak on certain things, but they can't really speak on too many things as well because, it's a paycheck that's attached to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a paycheck that's attached to that, and it's a hierarchy there that's gonna pull that leash a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So So I think we all, I mean, you know, just like as the situation is right now, we just need to do all we can do without, of course, you know, trying to destroy our situations for our families. You know, it makes it tough. It makes it tough. It makes it tough. But like I said, man, I think we've came a long way, a long way. You know what I mean? I mean, like back then, I was, you know, we couldn't say shit, but now you see, we out on the streets, we pushing statues down, we acting up to them. You know what I mean? A lot. I mean, a lot more than we did before. So I think it's just going to get a little bit more. They're going to allow us to speak a little bit more and more and more. It may get there sooner or later.
Right.
You just got to go with time.
Now you're on both sides potentially, media, fighter. How does that work out? How does that work out in your head now? Like you got to create content now. You got.
You know what, man? I be telling folks, man, it's like, you know, I'm doing this stuff because I love it.
Absolutely.
And you know,
you're really good at it though too. You make people feel like they on your couch, dog.
That's what it is, and that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing, bro. That's what I really wanted to do. And I see a lot of people, you know, they hit me up, man. You're a dope reporter. I said, bro, I'm not a reporter. I said, I just love the game and I love conversations with my guys. That's it. It's just listen. It's just me, Andre Berto, man, fighter, and I'm just really just having conversations.
Wow.
You know, when it comes to my fraternity of guys, that's it. Let's just talk the type of talk that you will that you won't really hear, you know, when you got a suit just sitting next to you trying to ask you these political questions.
Right.
Chop it up how, you know what I mean? Exactly how we chop it up all the time anyway. But let them, you know what I mean? Let them see a little bit of that.
Right.
Understand? And I think, you know, just with that, and as I spoke to Al about it as well, because he loves it. And I think, when it comes to a lot of us, when it comes to a lot of the guys, man, you know, too many of them, of course, they're not, you know, so much, I mean, it's really articulate to really let it out like they need to. And it makes them even more nervous if they have a suit just sitting across from them asking these certain questions. They're like, man, I need to try to make sure to answer these questions right. So to be able to have a peer, you know, just sitting across from and just really just to really talk that shit like how we speak anyways. You know what I mean? But it's just the fact it's making them just a lot more comfortable. And just my thing is I really want a lot of these guys to be able to really open up, because a lot of these guys, a lot of these champions out here I speak to on a regular basis, man, they got so much more to offer than what people see. A lot of people just think we're just fighters, we're just this, we're just that. But these guys have real situations going on. They got real conversations to have, but they're like in this tight shell. So I'm like, listen, bro, I know I'm the type of guy that can sit down with Errol Spence and chop it up and give people like, wow, you know what I mean? Deontay Wilder, the twins, you know, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And I think that's just not for me. I think it's just going to be great for them as well to be able to open up and express themselves. You get a lot of their fans to be able to relate to them a lot more as well. You know what I mean? So like I said, we'll see.
Speaking of Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, how you like that fight?
Man, big fight. You know, when this fight got made, I seen it the other day. Of course, listen, Errol's my man. But my thing is, of course, even for me, I'm gonna let it be known now, I see him as a favorite for sure. But man, I really think that I really think they're overlooking Manny to a sense, because of course Errol, he's a young stud, but Manny, we seen a lot in that Keith Thurman fight. He still has great legs up under him. Still got great speed, great power. And the thing with Errol loves to fight. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be a big mistake if he tries to walk into that fight like that, with that mentality with Manny. You know what I mean? Because Manny can still crack, and Manny's very agile. Manny can move those legs. I mean, like, Manny has speed. Like, Manny's going to be something different than Errol he's ever seen before. You know what I mean? All these guys, he feel like he can just jab and just walk down. It might be a completely different situation with Yeah, man. You see when Earl when he fought
Sean Porter.
he fought Porter, walked straight to him. Mikey Garcia walked to him. All these guys just walk to him, and he doesn't care to get hit just to, just to bring the energy to those guys. But I just think that Pacquiao punches different. I think Pacquiao's speed is going to be different, and I think the fact that Pacquiao's very, very good with his in and out move, and I think a lot of people they don't understand that or they look past that. If you got a guy in front of you with some tremendous legs, bro, that can go in and out, not just side to side, but in and out all night, that's tough to deal with, bro.
I bet.
You know what I mean? So, definitely, we're going for Errol, but I won't be surprised. If if Manny shines that night.
Yeah, Berto said respect, but Manny getting beat up.
Listen, man, Earl's my man too, man. I think Earl can definitely, put a good hurting on him. But like I said, I'm just not gonna wipe Manny off like that.
Yeah. Let's go down the list a little bit. Tank Davis and Mario Barrios at 140.
Man, another great fight. And I've been telling guys as well, man, it's a tremendous fight as well. Mario Barrios, of course, I've been training with him, for some years. Big kid. He loves to fight. And he has some tremendous skills too. And I believe his last 3 or 4 fights have been, been by stoppage. Tank, of course. Tank is an animal, bro. Especially a Tank that's in great shape. And extremely focused. You see a complete difference when you see a Tank that's kind of so in shape. Like when he fought the Cuban kid, what's his name?
Gamboa.
He fought Gamboa, and when he fought the Mexican kid he just fought.
Yeah, Leo Santa Cruz.
Bro. Like the fact that you see Tank come out there with Leo, and that was so sharp and was throwing this. He was banging from the first round on, and you see he didn't lose no steam. He stayed composed and just continued to pick his shots. Everything just looked solid, hard, and just sharp. So if he comes in 100%, man, I can see, Tank just really, just unloading on, on Barrios. But like I said, Barrios is tremendous, and he's going up to a whole other weight class. So we're gonna see if his power is gonna be able to transfer.
Yeah. How about his height? How about Tank's height at 140?
Man, you see that? Like I said, we're gonna see, man. I'm gonna see you talking about Barrios. Like I said, he's tall, he's long, he knows how to use that reach too. He knows how to use that reach. He knows how to throw combos. Of course, Tank's speed, and his power could make a tremendous difference as well. So we're gonna have to see if that power is gonna be able to transfer. If that power can't transfer, it might be a problem. Because, like I say, Mario is steady.
Right. Yeah, I see that.
He's steady.
And have you sparred Barrios?
No, I haven't sparred Barrios though, but I've seen him spar.
Yeah.
Other guys that were big like my size as well too, so he can hold his own. He's a big 40, man. Yeah.
Can you take us inside Virgil Hunter's brain real quick?
Man, Virg is definitely going to. I know Barrios is in school right now. Man. Virg, he's definitely, thinking, like 10 different ways on how he's going to try to beat, Tank. And I know he has big, strong guys coming in that gym, sparring with speed and power. And I know, like I said, man, Virg is a tactician, bro. Man, he's a tactician, and he is going to find all the flaws that he believes that Tank has, and he is going to try his best to get Mario to expose every bit of it and drill it over and over and over. That's Virg. Virg's going to drill it in your head. So when it's fight time, it's like that.
Yeah, I remember one of my better Virgil moments was when Ward got knocked down against Kovalev.
Yeah,
he told him 1 round at a time.
Yeah.
1 round. I thought that was genius, man.
Yeah,
he coached them through each round.
Man, that's Virg, bro. Virg. Virg is the type of guy. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if you had a rough last night. He doesn't care if you do this. Then once you come into that gym, all focus need to be just boxing. You get in that ring to spar. I don't care if you didn't get no sleep last night. I don't care if you did. When you in this ring, when you in here sparring, that needs to be every bit of you. And he's very meticulous on every round. It doesn't matter. Oh, I did good last 2 rounds. Let me take this round off. No, Virgil. Every round has to be calculated. It is not just physical strength with Virgil. Very huge. He's very big on mental strength. Very big on mental strength and having that mental capacity all 12 rounds. The only break that you have is sitting in that corner in between breaks. When you get out there, you need to hold that mental capacity all 3 minutes. Have to. And he drills it on you. It doesn't matter if you're doing great the whole half of the round and you slip up here, slip up. Oh, there you go. Stay focused. Stay focused. You're like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Wilder Fury 3.
Man, I love Wilder, but I think Fury, Fury's something special at a heavyweight division. I think he has just that momentum right now. And like another thing, he just feels great, for him. Just going through everything that he went through. And when you talk about like mental health, when you talk about just physically, and just him just being in a great space. I've been seeing his on Instagram, and he just feels amazing. He feels like he is the king already. You know what I'm saying? Like he beat Wilder. And just me, man, I'm very observant, so I watch, and just the mentality that he had going into that fight was completely different from the first fight. He was going to step up to him. He talked that shit. He wanted to step up to him, told him he was going to step to him all 12 rounds, and he did. And he ended up stopping him. And I think even more this fight, he's going to be like even more confident because he's already in shape. He's already training, and he loves the fact that so much of, just like so much talk is going on about him right now, about him and AJ and the situation now. Like Wilder just happened. Okay, this situation happened. Okay, I'm gonna smash this guy again. Then I'm gonna smash him. You know what I mean? He loves being in the mix of it. He loves this energy, bro. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be another Fury night.
What can Wilder do to improve to make it a Wilder night?
Man, I believe the break that he took was good for him. But at the same time, still maybe, I don't know if I would have came at Fury, right after that. Maybe have a fight before just to, get your confidence there. Because, just being a fighter and just me myself, I've been in a situation as well, just going through your first loss. You can feel like Superman. You can feel like Superman, your whole career. You just feel like nobody can defeat you. Feel like you got extreme power, extreme speed, and just nobody can handle it. But as soon as you go through your first hiccup, your first loss, and for it to be a bad loss like that, you're gonna start. Doubt everything now. You start doubting a lot of things now. Just all the things that you feel that you had. Now you feel like it got exposed, or maybe I don't hit as hard. Maybe I'm not as fast. Maybe this and maybe that. You know what I mean? And the break was good for him, but you can easily get put right back in that headspace by just hearing Fury talk, or just him being back at that press conference and him seeing Fury face to face and knowing that last time they were face to face, that nightmare happened to me. You know what I mean? Just to go back in that dressing room and prepare and get ready. Last time I was here, this situation happened to me. Wow. You know what I mean? To be able to walk out in that dressing room to that crowd, that same crowd that looked at you with either cheers or with shame when you had your head down, from defeat. Like all of that comes back. It can easily come back. You understand me? And walking back in that ring, that same man that, that made a living nightmare that you went through. You know what I mean? It can very easily come right back. You know what I mean? I've seen it, of course. You know, I went through it, you know, myself, you know, coming back, you know, from the Ortiz laws. I went through, I mean, I've seen, you know what I mean, like Ronda Rousey. I've seen, you know, all these, I knew what they were going through. Mentally, I knew what they were going through. It doesn't matter how many people they beat before. These same people can probably be in the same ring with them, and it may be a different situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think you had a hangover from that Victor Ortiz loss? Because I feel like you're reminiscent as you're speaking about Wilder.
Yeah, because you know, because I was a guy that, you know, I felt like, you know, how a guy like Deontay Wilder felt at the time. You know, felt like I was unstoppable. Felt like, you know, my power and my speed was just too much. Right. You know, I felt like this and felt like that. But the fact I feel like at that defeat, you know, I automatically feel like I got embarrassed in front of the world. You know, and I started, you know, like doubting a lot of things about myself. And, you know, the first fight coming back, you know, just mentally it was tough. You know, and then after that, the Guerrero fight happened. Mentally, it was just tough. It's not the fact that these guys were better than me. I knew they weren't, but mentally, I had to get over that hump. You know what I mean? And you know, like as a fighter, it takes a little bit of time, and some guys just cannot. They just can't come back from it. You know, because you know, it feels like a nightmare to happen. It feels you don't want to get embarrassed again. You don't want to feel like, you know what I mean, like your talent, your soul get crushed in front of the world. Like we're doing this shit in front of the world. You know what I mean? Not like we doing this shit in the backyard. This is everybody. Yeah. And the same as when we go back home, we feel like everybody watching it. We feel like everybody sees it. So you know, the mental aspect of it. So when they say that the fight game is like 80%, I mean 90% mental, like 10% physical, it definitely is. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, man, it took me a while to really just, you know what I mean, just get back in my groove. And the only way to get back in your groove, you have to keep going, you have to attack it every time. Might be a little nervous, might be, go anyway. Go anyway. Over and over and over. Step right back in there. In that same square circle that you had probably the worst night of your life, keep showing up. Keep showing up. Sooner or later, you can be like, man, fucking, I'm gonna beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna really go and defeat all of that, you know, that bad air, that bad energy. You're gonna defeat it because I'm gonna keep showing up. Right. You know what I'm saying? So. Right.
DB.
Yes, man. I'm sitting here enjoying this, man. It's a great conversation with Berto, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So I do have a couple of questions. Number one, why didn't you ever fight Tim Bradley?
Man, I don't know, man. We were set to fight a couple times, man. I don't know what happened. Like Tim even called me one time. You know, he's like, yeah, my manager's da-da-da. Man, you know, let's do it. I'm like, shit, let's do it. Cause, you know, we fought like 3 times in the amateurs already. So I'm just like, all right, let's go. But at the time, I think he was with Showtime. He was with Showtime at the time. I was with HBO, and you know, I don't, you know, they had a different schedule. You know what I mean? So I was like, So we just couldn't make it happen for some reason. A lot of different things that went on, but like I said, we fought a few times before, so I know him pretty well.
Drew Titan says, please ask Berto if he's aware as to why Fury tried to avoid the third fight. I think that explains everything.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I don't know if he tried to avoid it. I don't know what's going on. From what it looked like from the outside looking in, we just didn't know what was going on with Wilder after the fight. Of course, you know, he wasn't posting nothing. We didn't know what was going on. So I guess the opportunity with you know, when AJ came up, he felt like, I mean, he can capitalize on it. I don't know. I felt like he probably just capitalized on it because he didn't know what was going on with Wilder. I mean, you know, of course I didn't know. I think a lot of other people, they didn't know as well if he wanted to fight again. You know, Like a rematch right after, or probably take some time off. I mean, shit, it's been what, about a year and a half? Probably been like a year and a half, right? Like a year.
February.
Yeah. It's been. I mean, it's been a nice bit of time, man. So I don't know if, I don't know. I don't know if the wires got crossed wrong. I'm not sure.
What do you think about Bob Arum and Terence Crawford's relationship?
Man, it's a sticky one, man. I just spoke to Bud the other day. And I know him, and like I said, I mean, he wants to fight, bro. I feel bad. I feel bad to a sense because I know he wants to fight the best. Just within our conversations, bro. Like he wants to fight everybody. I know that. I feel bad about his Pacquiao situation because I know that they were trying to make that fight happen. He wants to fight everybody from Keith Thurmans to this person, that person. Now, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I think, of course, I mean, just like we spoke about before, them not being in that, in that Haymon haven. You know what I'm saying? That Haymon, man. It makes it difficult, bro. And just one thing with Al, man. I mean, just people just love him, bro. Like, I mean, on the business side of things, man, they love him. They love him, man. And we talk about fighters and things of that nature, man. They love him. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Terrence and Bob over that way. Like me and him, we've had our conversations about that.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I feel bad. I feel bad for him because I know he wants to fight everybody. I know he wants to fight everybody.
Right.
But I mean,
DB,
tough.
we got a couple more questions for you.
It's all good.
To get out of here.
Okay, cool. Who ducked you, Berto?
Huh?
Who ducked you?
Tell me, I don't know. You better ask these boys going on. I've been calling out everybody for a while. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Shit,
Who ducked you early, though? Who ducked you early?
Hey, you know who ducked me early, bro? You know who ducked me early?
Who's that?
Miguel Cotto.
Did he?
Cotto ducked me
Miguel Cotto, really?
Bro, we'll try to make that fight happen. So crazy. And his people just kept pushing back. And then at the time, I see Everlast call me up to do a shoot.
Wow.
I'm on the shoot. I go in the elevator. Me, my managers and shit. I go in the elevator. And then Miguel Cotto on the elevator. And my first time ever meeting him, seeing him, I'm talking all types of shit all through the media. I don't know, he don't want to fight me. I'm young, undefeated, world champion at the time. I'm talking crazy.
Right.
So, I hop in the elevator. He see me. I'm like, oh. So I low-key, was trying to press him. I'm low-key kind of pressing, man. And, we get off the elevator. And then, I'm just like, man, what's going on? You know what I mean? He pulled me to the side. He's just like, man, Andre, you're a tremendous fighter. But you got a lot to learn about business. I don't know what that means, man. You don't want to fight me. You scared. But then again, of course, later on, I understood what he was saying. I was a young killer coming up, and it didn't really make too much of sense for him to try to fight me when he has, I think he had in line at the time a Zab Judah fight. Or the Margarito fight, or a lot of these other huge names that he felt that he can beat, with a lot less risk, instead of just having this young crazy kid coming in there trying to chop him up. So,
right.
Oh yeah, man, that was a crazy story.
DB. In the meantime,
can you hear me?
Oh yeah, now go ahead. Yeah. Wait, before you ask the question, might as well get out. Can I get a shout out? Should Bud stay or leave Top Rank?
I mean, like I said, we've had these conversations, man. I think in order for him to get the respect that he needs, to get the fights that he needs, I think it's gonna be time for him to leave. For him to be able to really get in that circle of where he wants to be. And like I said, I know Bud wants to fight everybody. It'll be tremendous. It'll just be tremendous, period.
Right.
In the boxing world, if Bud was over at PBC and had so much, so much to choose from. You understand what I'm saying? Those would be tremendous fights. It don't matter who it was with. Keith Thurman, if it was with Earl, if it was with Sean Porter, if it was with this guy, it'll just be just all day. Great fights. You know what I mean? And you got a young kid still coming from Philly that's going to be a problem too. So,
yeah.
Who
wins? Sean Porter, Terence Crawford? You've been in there with Sean.
Yeah, Sean's crazy.
He says,
crazy. Sean, of course, I think Bud will catch him for sure. Of course, you know how Sean fights, very physical. He just throws his body in the line of whatever just to get it done. But I think Bud, Bud has this meanness about him that
I see that.
Yeah, he has this meanness about him that I don't think a lot of fighters, have or really just understand, man. He can box, of course, but he has that mean grit about him that that really separates him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he can bang it out, he can box, of course, but he got that mean grit about him that it really separates him from a lot of guys. And a lot of guys don't really realize until they get in the ring with him.
Right.
Yeah.
EB?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, one of my shout out to OG Tiger Berto. I remember watching the Hugo Duarte fight. Didn't turn out the way that me and my family wanted, but shout out to Tiger. I know you got a history with mixed martial arts with the family, of course. But do you think you could have transitioned over to MMA? And also, what do you think about Clarissa Shields expanding her talents and moving to mixed martial arts?
Man, me and Dana, we've definitely spoken about it. I've known Dana for years. The family's been in the martial arts side for, long as I can remember. That's always been a thought of mine, to be able to be the first, fighter to win a world title in boxing and, and over in the UFC side. So it's definitely been a conversation. But, I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see. But Clarissa, man, I think it's dope that, what she's doing. I think, with her and our conversations, I know that she really wants to be, a lot bigger than what she is. I feel like she really wants a lot more respect. Just even in the boxing world, she feels like she needs to be fighting on the big, pay-per-view shows, just even in boxing, period. So she feels like she can't get the respect that she needs. She's going to do whatever it takes to make sure she is noticed as the best female fighter in the world, period. So the fact that she's crossing both, disciplines, man, is tremendous. It's just letting you know, like, man, she's with whatever. She just wants to let y'all know that she's the best out here, and y'all need to recognize it. So,
absolutely,
I applaud her for that.
Yeah, there has also been some talks, and I know you have some connections up there in the Bay Area, but the OG all-time great legend, Andre Ward, has been in some conversations about returning to boxing. What do you know about that? And also, what makes Dre so great?
I may know something about that, but I can't say Dre, man, I think if he does, it has to be very, lucrative for him to do it. But just knowing the man, I think he's in a good place right now. Just being retired and enjoying this side of the fight game, and not being in training camp. But Dre, man, he yeah, man, like Dre, man, y'all understand what I mean. But
yeah.
But but him, man, what makes him so great is his dedication to the game. His dedication to the game is
100%.
It's different. It's different, bro. It's it's really like when he walks into the gym, he's clocking in to work. You know what I mean? He's clocking into work. No smile, no laughing at people. No this, no that. It gets to a point that sparring partners and other people in the gym, they low key feel some type of way, like because he's always walks in that gym. He's so serious all the time.
Mhm.
Like, damn, you can't shake my hand. You can't just say, hey. He drops that gym bag. They wrap his hands up. He sits in there and he works. He works. He sits in that mirror. He shadow boxes for an hour. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I've never seen a lot of guys. Like anybody do it until I got to that gym, man. He sit there in that mirror and shadow box until the floor is just drenching sweat. Working on straight technique shots, slow, precise shots, fast shots, very much emulating of him fighting. And with him and his mindset is he's very good friends with Curry too. He knows that Stephen Curry. He isn't the biggest, he ain't the fastest, but what makes him different? Repetition, man. He shoots that shot a million times in practice. And that's how his mentality is. Like, that's what he tells me. So he sits in that mirror and he shoots those shots over and over and over. He slows it down. He speeds it up, and he stays in that mindset for an hour, doing that shit in the mirror. And then, of course, takes it over to the bag, takes it over to the mitts, but it's very, very focusing down in on technique, on conditioning, his whole way of life. He's very, very meticulous. Very meticulous. And his repetition is fucking stupid. Repetition is crazy.
Yeah, I said last week, no one beats Andre Ward, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a hard person to beat because I say he's going to take something away from you.
Yeah. I think that's his specialty, man. He he's low key like one of those guys that if you have a bully, he likes to take the bullies, like favorite weapon away from him and see.
Right.
Okay, now we're gonna see what you're gonna do.
Right.
He's very good at doing that, and he's very good at just seeing what you're great at and really taking it away from you, man, and just really just trying to beat you up. And I think that's one thing too. He has one of those type of mentalities, like like Terence Crawford. He's very gritty. He's very mean in there too. I've sparred him, a handful of times, so I know that he has just that meanness about him. He has that meanness about him, and he wants you to feel him. Y'all see him, y'all think I'm slamming, y'all think I just box. Okay, I want you to feel me. If you headbutt me, I'm gonna headbutt you back. If you elbow me, I'm gonna elbow you back. If you hit me low, I'm gonna hit you low back. And man, I want you to feel me every second. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm be in great shape, so it's gonna be all night.
Right. He is gonna be there all night too.
I'll be all night.
Yeah.
You better not drink. You better not party. Outside the ring, that's really gonna let me know I'm gonna beat your ass all night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
War pressure, man.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. So.
One more question, D.
Well, let me just ask this first. Is that comeback fight going to be against Canelo or is it against somebody else?
Well, me, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. I know that they over there talking though. I know that it's came up. I've been seeing somebody else sent it to me that they were trying to get him back in there to fight Canelo. I'm like, what? So I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't want no clue about nothing. I don't know what's
Got it. And then my final question to you, I know you got to get out of here, is what do you think right now that the UFC and the other MMA organizations is doing better than boxing, and what are some specific things that boxing can do to regain its supremacy as the number one combat sport, at least in America?
Yeah. I've definitely had these conversations before. I think, of course, they really have to do a lot more to try to really try to appeal to the masses. I think the UFC, they've definitely capitalized on just like everything outside of their sport as well. Of course, the social media presence is there. Them bringing in a lot of other different characters. to add to the UFC sparkle. Of course, their production is crazy. You know, every UFC show. And I think boxing just needs to liven it up a little bit. I think they need to be, you know, a lot more, you know, active. You know, when it comes to social media presence, I think the production needs to be there. I think really elevating their fighters as well on like I said, like a lot of content I mean that I'm doing as well, to be able to let the public see them outside of just training and just fighting. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of these fighters, they don't really have too much of a personality because of that. You know, especially when the camera's on them. I mean, you want to be able to see your favorite. You want to be able to like to see your favorite fighter. Yeah, I mean, do his favorite things outside of just that sport. So we try to build more of that fan base to be able to relate to so much more. You understand me?
Who's responsible for that? Is that the fighter's responsibility, or is it their manager's responsibility?
I mean, I think it's just the promotion. I mean, I think it's just been that way for so long. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I mean, when it comes to our sport, it's always just shut up and you're just a fighter, just fight. You understand me? I mean, right now, it's very obvious that right now is a great time that people can very much take advantage of just their presence, their social media presence, just being, and just to be able to bring so much to them, you know, outside their promotion company or the management, period. But like I said, a lot of these guys don't know it. You see it with, you know, like Ryan Garcia's, of course, Jake Paul, you know, he does his thing. But if a lot of these fighters would invest so much more building their profiles outside of the ring, I mean, they'll see their fan base fucking triple. You understand? I mean, I had that conversation with Tiafimo when I sat down with him. And, you know, I like a lot of stuff that he's doing now. Like, he's just being a lot more active on social media and being able to show his personality. I'm just not a boxer. Yeah, I can fight my ass off, but I can speak and I can dance, I can flip, I can da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? He got more of a flair to him. I'm like, listen, this is what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay. And he just been pumping a lot of that shit out, man. And you know, just like I said, like, people need to understand it now. That's money now. You know what I'm saying? You see a guy like Jake Paul, you know, the reason why he can have, you know, 1 million pay-per-view buys, whatever, what brings, he got like 20 million people that he brings to the table. That's his negotiation shit. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay. I got 20 million people that follow me.
Wow.
I'm coming to Showtime. This is what I'm bringing. What are y'all gonna give me? Nah, because this is what I'm bringing with me. You understand me? So I think a lot of these guys really need to understand how important that social media presence is. I think the promotion companies, the management, they need to understand how important a social media presence is, and you know, just really wrapping these guys and that, teaching them, and just really letting them understand how important that is. I mean, and just that right there will be able to carry them, be able to help them even outside of boxing when the boxing game is done.
Right.
I mean, you got 1 million people that's following me. I mean, that's what I'm thinking about it. If I got a product to sell, I know 1 million people watching everything I'm doing. If I'm trying to sell a fight, I'm damn near guaranteed. Listen, not HBO, Showtime, whatever. I got 1 million people following me, so you know, maybe a third of them is going to buy this shit. But you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think on a social aspect, it needs to continue to grow. I think it needs to be a lot more, you know, importance there. It needs to be.
Right. NC says, how do y'all say that saying? Sock
passe?
Sock passe to the Haitian royalty right there. Describe. Oh yeah. Describe that fighting Floyd experience again. Oh well. So the joke was, I'm like, guys, please don't ask Berto about that Floyd fight.
Oh my
please,
God.
I'm like, please don't ask, man. That's you can go. Please.
It's on YouTube on there. It's on YouTube. That damn video got like 3 million views on that shit. Watch it on YouTube, brother. It was great. I mean, it was an amazing experience. Great. Yeah, watch the interview. It was very detailed on YouTube. It's on YouTube, very detailed, bro.
What do you think of the Logan the Paul brothers and Floyd versus Logan Paul?
I mean, of course, it's it's a circus act, but then again, like I said, man, just me, just understanding the back end and just understanding the business aspect of it. People need to understand why it's happening. It's going to be very, beneficial to both guys. I mean, of course, Floyd is a businessman, and at the same time, I know the Paul brothers, and I know with them, I mean, it's an accomplishment for them. Shit, they checking that off their list of accomplishments.
Isn't that crazy?
You know what I'm saying? Like, Logan is, man, I'm about to fight Floyd Mayweather. He's the best in the world. I'm a kid from Ohio. And what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they really feel about that. So I just think it's definitely going to just be an event. It's just going to be an event. Floyd's going to get paid, handsomely. I believe that's the main reason why, they wanted to try to have this fight happen before. I know Triller wanted to make it happen, but, I know Floyd isn't going to make nothing move without Al. And, and just with that, they're going to make sure, that Floyd gets everything.
Right.
So like Floyd should just come out of this situation, with a crazy check. And Logan, he great. I mean, he got the opportunity, and he was able to have some money as well. But I mean, those Paul brothers, man, they're on like a spree right now, they're having fun and they want to be mentioned in different, conversations now.
Right.
I mean, just speaking to Jake, some time ago, and he's just like, bro, I just want. He's like this. Exactly what he said. He said his YouTube shit is, it's great. I'm the king of this YouTube shit, but it's a ceiling. There's a ceiling to this. The music guys, the athletes, the fighters, that they can take this shit to a whole nother level. And he said, that's what I need to be, and I need these people to know me outside of just as a YouTube fighter. And now look at him. He has boxers. You ever calling his name? He got fucking UFC guys calling his name. He got everything that he sat there and told me, bro, it happened. Like this boy, his strategy was crazy. It's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they doing it.
Man, well, we appreciate you coming in here, man. Thank you, man. I know it's 1:00 over there, man. I appreciate you, man. And truly appreciate it. And Patty Dean says thank you as well, the producer of the show.
Always, man. You already know it's a good time when we link, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, dog. Can't wait to see you. I'll see you at Wilder Fury 3.
Oh yeah.
I know you're gonna be in the A. You like Atlanta.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I know you love Atlanta. Yeah.
We're gonna be up in there for sure.
Yeah. Appreciate you, dog, man. Thanks for coming in the shop, Bert.
No problem, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, King.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
All right, my man.
Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, man. I've been covering Berto since he was like 3-0, man. 4-0, some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, man. He knows how to. This is a conversation I was telling you about like a week or two ago. He understands how to. I don't even want to say work the crowd, but he understands he knows how to interview.
Yeah.
Instead of yes, no, and then dry spells, like he understands how to engage. He understands how to converse, and which is great, right? Because I had like 30 more questions for him, but he spent his time to make sure that he gave good answers, and I don't think he was ducking or dodging stuff. Of course, being cheeky about the Andre Ward comeback, but yeah, man, he does a great job of representing himself. We got to get him back in here again.
Yeah, that would be dope to get him back. Yeah, that was a fun interview for sure. It was.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him about EJ and Bud, also about the lightweights because I know he just interviewed Tia Female.
Yeah, Tia. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, just recently. But yeah. I'm gonna fall off for a few minutes because I know a couple of the brothers want to call in and comment and also talk about Kwame and whatnot.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I'm gonna get some nourishment and then I'll be back in a minute.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
All right, all the time, dog. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, PPD, for taking care of that. And yeah, I thought, appreciate Berto coming. That was fun. I had fun.